The 18th Air Force Commander, Lieutenant General Darren McDew, visited with the Airmen at Scott Air Force Base. When General McDew was asked what impressed him the most, he said simply, "The Airmen."
Every time I go someplace, what always impresses me about our United States Air Force is the airmen that have chosen to join us and serve. Every day, I'm impressed by their professionalism and what they bring to the fight. This is the most battle-tested, war-hardened Air Force we've ever had.
General McDew also says the reason the Air Force is successful is because of the Airmen. Airman First Class Timothy Kirshner, Scott Air Force Base, Illinois. Budget concerns and force shaping are some of the top concerns for airmen and their families. On a recent visit with the Airmen of Scott Air Force Base, the 18th Air Force Commander, Lieutenant General Darren McDew, discusses where he envisions the Air Force in the future.
So over the next few years, we're going to be a smaller Air Force. We're going to be a slightly different Air Force. But at the end of the day, we'll still be the most powerful Air Force in the world.
In addition to that, General McDew is convinced that through superior training and retention of the best airmen, that the Air Force will be stronger tomorrow than it is today. Airman First Class Timothy Kirshner, Scott Air Force Base, Illinois. During a recent visit with the Airmen at Scott Air Force Base, the 18th Air Force Commander, Lieutenant General Darren McDew, tells us about one of the biggest challenges that faces our leadership, the budget.
Most of it is internal. It's convincing our airmen that we're going to be fine. Convincing our airmen to take a deep breath. We have been here before. Now, I know it's personal for each and every airman who is facing it today. But our senior leaders have the experience to get us through once again.
General McDew is confident that the Air Force will be able to get through this with guidance from the Secretary of the Air Force, the Chief of Staff, and all of our senior leaders. Airman First Class Timothy Kirshner, Scott Air Force Base, Illinois. In a recent visit with the Airmen at Scott Air Force Base, the 18th Air Force Commander, Lieutenant General Darren McDew, saw what airmen do day to day. On top of that, General McDew offered some advice to airmen on what can help their leadership.
A simple word: lead. We don't bring people into our Air Force to be followers. We bring in the best and the brightest the nation has to offer, and we ask them to do one thing: get better at the job you do and lead.
General McDew goes on to say that the best way to help our Air Force is for all airmen to lead at our level, and he is confident that our airmen can do that. Airman First Class Timothy Kirshner, Scott Air Force Base, Illinois.